I don't know who first showed me or when I first saw infinite spiral wraps. But when I think of them, I always think of Burning Dan, because it was sort of, seemed like his favorite move. He'd always do it in performances, where he'd go into an infinite spiral wrap, and he'd pick somebody in the audience, and he'd go up to them, and he'd just go like this. And they'd laugh and smile, and it was awesome. It's one of those moves that looks really cool and feels super awesome because it's bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce, and a lot of awesomeness. And it took me a long time. A lot of people knew this move, and I finally figured it out, or had some people show me. And I still, I'm still not perfectly clean going into it. It works a lot differently than the other spiral wraps that, say, I typically do. And you might want some spiral wrap experience to learn this. So I'm going to show this assuming that you know some other spiral wrap stuff. So you got some of the prerequisites. So we're going to go into it that way. So in my other spiral wrap videos, I'm kind of demonstrating the way I do spiral wraps, which is sort of my hands go into a turtle position, like a turtle swimming. Maybe it would be like this, like a turtle swimming, to a beach or something. But infinite spiral wraps, your hands clasp like this, which is part of what gives you such a firm feeling. And for infinite spiral wraps, it tends to work the best if your poi are somehow coming off your knuckles. So if you're holding it like this, you can just let it come out between your knuckles, or you can use some kind of grip like this. And that, for me, was one of the breakthroughs of realizing I need it on my knuckles. And what happens is each poi will wrap around its own wrist, and then the wrists come together, and you create like this sort of handcuff. I think, was it Princess or Superwoman? Who had the wristbands and she'd go like this, and but anyway, if that was Superwoman, it's kind of like that. You have to make the wrist the poof. So we're gonna learn it this way. You got your poi. Okay, we're gonna look off this way. If we go to the right, your right poi is going to go around your wrist like that. So first it goes around past your baby finger, and then over your wrist. So do that a bunch of times. So you're going clockwise, it's going to go past the baby finger and past the wrist. Poof. So you've got it coming down towards like that. Okay. Left hand is going to be going the same direction. So it's going to go to the thumb and around the wrist. Right? Thumb and wrist. So it's going to be like this. So together, you can go whoop. So the right goes around the back of the hand towards the pinky finger. The left hand goes around the back of the hand past the thumb. And they don't need to wrap very much. They just have to get to the wrist. So, right, left. So you'll be like this, and then that's what you're going to put together. Pow. Right, left, easy so far. The tough thing is doing it together. So what you're going to do is you're going to get them going clockwise, split time. So you need that nice, they're passing right in the middle. And it's going to be this funny feeling where you're going to go whoop, whoop, boom. Okay. Whoop. And what I want you to do at first is just go wrist and then look for how to put them together. Wrist together. Right? Don't worry about the spiral wrap working. Just wrist, boom. That's going to be the toughest part, probably. Boom. Now, if you try to get ahead of yourself, you'll miss the important part. The important part is just they go around the wrists, touch them. Try to do it really slow motion. Around the wrists, touch. Around the wrists, touch. around the wrists, touch. And you can keep breaking it down that the right poi is going around, and it's not very much of a wrap, it's just pinky to wrist, touch. So you can even do it like this. Practice the right hand, have your left hand just wrapped up and ready. Right hand goes pinky, wrist, touch. And as soon as it's touching your wrist, like it's taking your pulse, boom, put it together with the other one. So it goes around the wrist and touch them. The left poi, remember, it's going to the thumb to the wrist. So it's coming around this side of the hand. And as soon as it's touching there, you're going to go to the wrist and touch. To the wrist and touch. So first it goes wrist and then both. And probably you have to keep practicing each hand by itself. So wrist, both. Wrist, touch, both. Wrist, boom, both. Wrist, boom, both. And then the left. Wrist, boom, both. Wrist, boom, both. Wrist, boom, both. Then eventually, you do them together. Wrists together. Wrists together. But it's going to take some muscle memory. So you have to keep going back and doing one at a time, put them both together until eventually you go wrists together. So once that's working, you go wrists together, and eventually it's going to wrists together, bounce, and it'll unspiral. And then it's easy. Then you're suddenly getting to the easy part. Wrists together, and you clasp your hands, and then you'll spiral and unspiral. Boop, 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 boop. You want to come out, you just let go, and you're back to spinning. So, this is one of those moves where I always go in clockwise. Just the other day, I was, practicing going in the other way, which was a really good thing to practice. But, I'll probably always do this move just going clockwise because, I don't know, like once in a while, why not? It's generally good to learn everything both ways. But also once in a while, it's good to have a milkshake. So that's, because you need a milkshake. Right? Or a soy shake. Or a rice milk shake. Or what's really good is mashing like avocado with like mango and stuff, and then some cacao nibs and freezing that. That's not bad. All right. Yeah. So one of my favorite moves now, I always think of Dan, and I hope that works for you. Boom. Anything with the word infinite is cool.